What a run! Okay, welcome back guys, Kalclash Fitness. My first impressions of the Trek Ascent, okay? So I don't normally do trail running. If I do, it's normally in the summer when the trails are hot and a little bit easier to run, okay? But today, it's an autumn day. We've had a lot of rain recently. Oh boy, that was a challenging course, but it was a phenomenal run, okay? So I picked the hardest possible trail route, okay? It had absolutely everything. It had absolutely everything that it could throw at you. Sharp flints, solid mud, wet mud, thick mud, deep mud, water, very, very steep hills. We're talking the type of hills where you're running 12-minute miles and you're puffing as if you're running a 4-minute mile, you know? Very tough descents, pretty much without sand, snow and ice. I've pretty much done it all in these shoes today, okay? And I picked that route because I wanted to put the Trek Ascent through its paces, but actually I think the Trek Ascent put me through my paces, okay? That was a phenomenal run. Now, before we get cracking, my first impressions, look at those beauties. Feetus, check Feetus out. I always buy my shoes from Feetus, as you guys know. They're keeping the minimalist barefoot running community alive, okay? And buying from Feetus, I truly believe is keeping the momentum on the barefoot running movement, okay? They're dedicated to barefoot running, therefore, you know, a pound in their pocket is a pound in the barefoot running community's pocket, in my opinion, okay? So, at times, the Trek Ascent felt very much like it should be called the Trek Descent, okay? Or the Trek Decent. Just come up with that, Vibram. You can use that pun if you want. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal shoe, okay? They handled absolutely everything. So, as I said, I've put in thousands and thousands of miles in Vibrams over the years, okay, from mainly Bakilas, the 3 different Bakila models, Velcro, Lace and Evo. KSOs and Spyrodon, but these bad boys are just unbelievable, okay? So when I was out on the trail, came from dry tarmac, wet tarmac onto the trails, okay? It starts off gritty and wet, and it gets the trail just got gradually more and more challenging, okay? There's my first big muddy puddle. My brain naturally, okay, is used to when my foot goes into something that deep, muddy and slippery, okay, my brain immediately just puts the brakes on. Okay, but when I hit that muddy puddle with knees, my brain immediately put the brakes on, but there was no slip. Absolutely no slip whatsoever, and I just carried on going. It's almost like that braking motion sort of put me out my running stride, whereas normally it would stabilise me. So, phenomenal, really, really phenomenal, okay? So, what else can I say about these? For the time being, that was an 8.5 mile run, okay, endurance run. I'm really, really impressed with these bad boys, okay? The tread, going down some very steep, very wet, very muddy, grassy, muddy, leaf-ridden hills was phenomenal, okay? It really was. There was some sharp flints. Actually, let me highlight this little bit right here, okay? So, this little bit on the arch of your foot, before I started wearing them, I thought, okay, they're interesting, and part of me thought maybe a little bit of overkill there. On the way back, I was running up a long, relatively steep hill. It's just covered in flint, okay, uncovered flint, and one of them went mashing right into that protection on the arch, and I thought to myself, that would have hurt. That would have hurt if that thing wasn't there. Okay, so I absolutely felt it. I felt it enough for my brain to adjust my footing correctly, as is the amazing thing when you're running in Vibrams. Okay, your perception of the ground and the terrain below you is amazing. That wasn't negatively affected by the thicker sole, and that would have very much hurt. I can tell you that. Okay, so I put them through their paces today, and I'm very, very impressed. That was a very enjoyable run. I've got a big smile on my face. I just want to go out and run it again, to be honest with you. It's one of those runs where I wish I wish I'd had my GoPro, because it was amazing. The views were amazing, the terrain was varied and amazing. Constantly having to think about the terrain, think about what you're doing. Just a brilliant run. Okay, so I'm going to put many more miles in these for the review. I'm going to wait for a day like this when the terrain's like this, and I'll take my GoPro out and we'll see what they're all about, because at the minute I'm going to have a smile on my face for the rest of the day. Okay, and that is the beauty of barefoot running. Okay, so again, checking the link down below for Feetus. Go and check Feetus out if you're interested in a pair of these. Trek Ascent, or the Trek Descent as I'm going to now call them. Check Feetus out in the comment section, in the whatever blurb section, description below. Comments, questions, anything that you want me to specifically cover on these shoes, whatever it is, let me know in the comments down below. But as always, like, share this video, social media, wherever on the internet. Keep it rolling.